Then she wouldn't have had the MR, would she? It wouldn't be a defence, she just wouldn't have the mens rea.
Yeah, she tried to argue that she didn't have. Yeah, I was just going to lend him the hedge
Yes,
so he could do
yeah.
it himself.
Clearly needed it.
Yeah.
Could she argue loss of control?
No, because that's a special offence for murder. Isn't
Yeah, certainly.
it? So unless she cut his head off with the.
Unless she did that,
But
but
we're not told.
doesn't look like, if you think of the general defenses, self-defense, duress, necessity, consent, I don't think any of those would apply under the gateway of section 5.5. So unfortunately, it looks like she wouldn't have that defense either. What about the attempt? Have a look at that during your preparation next week. I think there she's in trouble as well. Okay, let's quickly look at Joel. Let's look at Joel. And here we say that he's liable potentially for basic criminal damage. What is the actus reus of basic criminal damage?
Destroy or damage property belonging to another.
Okay, so thank you, Juliet. Destroy or damage property belonging to another. So what is the property here?
Hedge cutter.
The hedge cutter. Is it property? Justify why you say it's property. Tangible personal property. So
10(1).
section 10.1 of the Act. Good. Does it belong to another?
Yes,
Belongs to
Terry.
to Terry. I think it belongs to Terry. Although you could say because she's his wife, belongs to her as well, but certainly belongs to Terry. Good. And has he damaged or destroyed that hedge cutter?
yes. Broken off the blades has made it unusable.
Very good. Yeah. And this is a clear example of damage. You don't need to use precedence.
Because it's that obvious.
It's
so
that obvious.
Yeah.
It is so obvious. You can say ordinary meaning of damage. He has broken it, clearly broken the blade. You have damaged it. It is only where there could be some doubt that you would then start arguing the case law. But where it is clearly damaged or it's clearly destroyed, ordinary meaning would suffice.
So if it said slightly scratch the blade.
Yes,
then
something like that. Then you'd be looking at maybe moffitis. Can you argue that, etc. Good. Okay, mens rea. Juliet, do you want to continue?
Sure. Intention or recklessness.
Uh-huh.
Defendant must know property belongs to another or realize it not.
Okay, so intention or recklessness as to destroying or damaging property belonging to another. So what do you think Joel had? What was in his mind here? Was he intending or was he reckless? Intending. And why would you say that? What would you be saying in your application?
There was build up of tensions between them.
Yeah,
And like Carol came over, obviously he did,
yeah.
and he might shoot him down. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think certainly, remember, we always have to use our case law if we can. So Maloney, ordinary meaning of intention, was it his aim or purpose to damage or destroy that hedge cutter? We are told that on seeing her, he picks up his garden shears and smashes them. That clearly shows his aim or purpose was to do some damage to the hedge cutter. So it's looking like our mens rea is satisfied for basic criminal damage. Okay, let us now look at defenses. Can Joel identify and successfully rely on a defense? I think, I can't remember who it was. Was it Jane? You talked about lawful excuse under section 5.2b.
5.2b, yeah.
Okay.
If he destroyed, damaged, or threatened to destroy or damage the property in question, blah, 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 in order to protect property belonging to himself or another, or a right or interest in it.
Okay, so how many elements are there? How many elements do we have to satisfy?
The property has to be in immediate need of protection, and the means should be reasonable with regard to all the circumstances.
Okay, so you've talked about two. Is there anything more he needs to satisfy?
He needs to intend it to protect the property. So there's got to be actual risk to the property, an intent to protect the property, and
Okay, so an intent to,
there's quite a few. I've got it. Act to protect property.
Okay.
Believe the property is in immediate need of protection.
good,
Believe that the means of protection are reasonable.
good,
The damage is objectively capable of protecting the property.
very
So
good.
4.
4 of them. So let us look at them one after the other, starting with the first one. Did he act in order to protect property? And what was the property that he was protecting?
Protecting his hedge.
Okay, so he's protecting
Which
his
is
hedge.
Property as we previously discussed.
Very good, very good. Don't assume, always justify. Yeah, so good, Rhiannon. He is protecting his hedge, which we know is property. It is tangible, real property. Good. Did he believe that this hedge was in immediate need of protection?
Yes.
Yes. And remember, this is it an objective or subjective?
Subject.
Subjective. What tells us it's subjective?
Well, it says D believes, independent believes.
Did he believe? Did he believe? Yeah. And that ties in with section 5.3, where it's telling you further about that belief. It's immaterial if it is mistaken. Good. So did he believe? He certainly did, didn't he? When you see Carol coming with her hedge cutter, he believed it. It was in immediate need of protection. Good. Did the means that he used to protect his hedge, were they reasonable? Were the means that he used to protect his hedge reasonable?
Well, he believes they are,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter whether they are or not in that context.
It is subjective.
Yeah.
Good.
As
And
long as he believes they are.
okay. And on the facts,
Does
were
anyone
they?
ever fail on that one? If you didn't think it was reasonable, you wouldn't do it, would you?
Yeah.
I think that's why they introduced the sort of
yeah.
objective
Yeah.
one, because otherwise it was too easy.
It
Just
came
to
too
say.
easy. Yeah, and that's the criticism of Hunt, because it's probably making too hard a test that Parliament, but maybe Parliament didn't think it through. But certainly, Crown against Hunt has introduced the 4th element, which is the objective part of it. Is it satisfied in our scenario?
Yes.
Yeah, it is objectively capable.
It is. It is.
Break the hedge.
He broke the blade,
Yeah.
so it was objectively capable of doing that. If you want to distinguish yourself from the rest of your cohort, you might want to throw in a few of the case law, just to show here it was objectively capable of protecting his hedge as opposed to that case or that case, that case, that case. But certainly it's looking like all the elements are satisfied, therefore he might be able to have a lawful excuse there. Okay, good. So we've rushed through the topic, the scenario. I'm hoping that you are able to follow all the arguments, actus reus, mens rea, defenses. Be on the lookout for defenses. The only thing I'm going to flag up now, which I'm not sure I have done this before, defenses are a pervasive topic. They can sneak in anywhere. And here we have seen, if you had forgotten duress, you would be in trouble for the damned scenario. So always remember your defenses. Okay? So next week, we will be looking at the inchoate offenses, which is the attempts, conspiracies, etc., etc. And you can see how the CPS, you'll see how the CPS have an invaluable tool to make sure that where they can't get you for the actual offense because you didn't do it, at least they'll try and get you for the attempt or the conspiracy to do the offense. Okay?
Is criminal damage a separate one?
It is a separate question. It is a separate question.
On this one then, you wouldn't need to do anything for the offence that Terry was.
No, because it,
No.
because it says, it
No.
only says advised down.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
I got that and then I
Yeah.
thought, oh no.
We haven't said here advisory,
Yes.
and additionally we've told you to overlook offences against the person.
It helps if you read the book.
It does help. It does help. Okay, so thank you very much. See you next week.